Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Portal Masters, Robert Welkner here from CoinOpTV. We're going to talk some Skylanders Imaginators Wave 1. It's like countdown to the launch, and we're very excited here to discuss what's coming out for Skylanders Imaginators. We are live, we are interactive. If you guys are in chat, watch us live. Please behave, don't troll, don't spam, or else we'll have to give you a timeout. And we got my co-host, Skylanders expert Matt is in the house from Skylanders Character List. What up, Matt?
How's it going? Another week, more Skylanders, ready to do it.
Yes, we got lots of news coming down the wire. Things we'll talk about as far as some rumors, some surprises. Of course, when it comes to Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave whatever, it always seems to be speculation. But, since Matt is a detective and a Skylanders expert, to the nth degree, we're gonna rely on his expertise, right, Matt? How far, if you had to guess, you're like that, exactly what's coming in Wave 1, what percentage would you say for Skylanders Imaginators?
Wave 1, we are pretty darn close to 100%.
Oh, all
yeah,
right. There you go.
It's at this point, it's hard to dispute. I think there's only been a couple of times that we don't know, or we get something wrong, and it's usually just one figure, and even that's usually in Wave 2 or 3. But I feel quite confident about Wave 1 right now.
All right. So that's the serious confident. We're 100%ing this. I see some people popping in chat. We got Zayad, who says hello, and he says, hi, Matt. I loves your website. Alex, Sonic Shadow, what's up? All right, so let's get started. We got a lot to talk about here. Let's get started with the Skylanders Imaginators is coming out October 16th, 2016 for multiple consoles. This is a topic we've talked about many times. This is the sixth game in the series, and first time around we get to create our own characters from scratch. So let's talk about the starter kits. All right, Matt, we're looking at the Skylanders Imaginators, the base starter pack here. So quickly, we'll give a reminder to those catching up. What do you get in the starter kit?
So yeah, the basic starter pack that is available for all the major systems includes Kingpin and Golden Queen, along with a Fire Creation Crystal. All
right, and recap on the Dark Edition starter pack.
So the Dark Edition, here in the U.S., it still appears to be a GameStop exclusive. They haven't been advertising it as such yet, which it seems kind of odd to me, but it's the only place you can pre-order it right now. So one other note is that the Dark Edition is not available for the PS3. I don't know. I guess Sony's really trying to push everybody onto the PS4, or I guess that's the thinking behind it. But just a note there in case some of you are wondering. But then this pack will include, of course, the dark variants of all the figures. So that would be Dark Kingpin, Dark Golden Queen, and then you get a third figure in Dark Wolfgang. This pack will then also include 3 creation crystals, the same Fire Creation Crystal that you would get in the standard pack, plus the Life Creation Crystal and the Dark Creation Crystal. And the Dark Starter Pack is currently the only place you're going to be able to get the Dark Creation Crystal on day 1, or I think even... Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There might be one in Wave 2. But Wave 1 is the Dark Edition Starter Pack is the only way to get the Dark Creation Crystal.
All right. Before we get to the next pack, let me give some more shouts. We got BK Gamer, Mick, Gillian, Henry, Denzel, FC. Zaid says, can't wait. He's hyped as hell. Josh is in chat as well. He's asking about variants. We'll talk about all the figures that we know about. Mix says, Rob, any new information on Creation Crystals not resetting? Has Activision changed their mind? I don't have any new information to share with you guys. And Prime Skyline is in chat, and Dark Sorcerer says, what do you miss? We're just talking about the starter kit so far. We're going to go over all of the Wave 1. So let's continue on with the Skylanders Imaginators Crash Bandicoot Edition Starter Pack. What do we get with this one?
So thankfully, the Crash Edition, if you're interested in this, it's only available for the PS3 and PS4, but obviously the figures will work on any console. Um, if you want to pick up this edition, it has the exact same contents as the standard starter pack. So you get your Kingpin, your Golden Queen, and the Fire Creation Crystal. But then in addition to all that, you get Crash Bandicoot and Dr. Neo Cortex.
Yes, so formal there the way you say that, Dr. Neo Cortex. So you, you know, he's like another new bad guy to add to the game. Classic there. So okay, let me see here. Let's move on to now. Let's talk about some of the adventure packs. It seems like we're going to get one adventure pack out of the gate, the Griffon Park Observatory. So Matt, tell us about this one here, sir.
Yeah, the Griffin Park Observatory, like I said, is our first adventure pack. As we're used to, well, if you just joined for Superchargers, you probably aren't used to this because we didn't get adventure packs last year. But this year we're back to adventure packs. We tend to get one in Wave 1, and then probably another one later in Wave 3 is usually the second pack. But the Griffin Park Observatory will include Airstrike. And this is, once again, the only place you're going to be able to get Airstrike, at least in Wave 1. Usually, the figures that are in the adventure packs are limited to the adventure packs, meaning that it's not going to come out as a single pack later. It's possible they could change this up. They always have the option, but I'm just going off past precedent. I wouldn't expect to see this outside of the adventure pack. So if you want Airstrike, you're looking at this pack right here. And then it will also include an Earth Creation Crystal, as well as the Griffin Park Observatory level piece, and that's what you're going to need to unlock the new level that makes this an adventure pack.
And let's talk about Airstrike real quickly. What is his element and his battle class?
Airstrike is, well, it's right in his name. He is of the air element. And he is a brawler, which seems a little odd to me, but because he has that bird, and I guess I don't know what else to classify him as, but it's gonna be an interesting moveset for sure.
Now, do we know the bird's name? Does the bird have a name? Is that something that we know yet?
I haven't seen any official name for him. A lot of people have just been referring to him as Birdie.
Birdie, that's got to be copyrighted by some you know, some Warner Brothers cartoon. And then what are the adventure packs? And we know these going to be $30, $40, $100.
I believe we haven't seen official U.S. pricing. It's all based on the foreign pricing that we've seen. We're probably looking at 30. It's possibly 35, but I think 30.
Alrighty. We see a lot of talk in chat there. I'm trying to kind of glance over and see, you know, what's up. Sonic says, are there no new Eons Elites this year? So far, I don't know of any Eons Elites coming out this year. If Matt, have you heard anything? Is there buzz on Eons Elites this year?
No news yet. No, I wouldn't expect them.
Prime Skylanders says he's a Falcon. There you go. We're talking about the Birdie there. Hashtag Birdie if you guys are watching this on the live stream. Sonic says $3 expensive. Yes, Skylanders is an expensive thing. What you want to do is you want to keep tabs on Matt's website and his Twitter, and you know, because he'll post and, you know, inform you guys of sales, pre-order sales, bonuses, something that we'll talk about coming up here as far as like some Amazon deals. I know that's a kind of a good one. So let's talk some more figures here. We've got Wolfgangs. Let's talk some individual figures. So Wolfgang comes in there's a Dark Wolfgang in the Dark Starter Pack, and then we're going to get a Wolfgang combo pack, as I understand it. I just have a picture of Wolfgang here by himself. So let's talk about the combo packs.
Sure. The combo packs, we're getting 2 of them right away in Wave 1. The combo pack will include 1 Sensei Skylander and then a creation crystal of that particular character's element. So in this case, it's going to be Wolfgang and then an undead creation crystal.
And then also we got Airstrike, I believe, will have a combo pack as well. So if you don't want to get the adventure pack, somebody was saying chat is too expensive, you just want to get Airstrike, you get the combo pack with him, right?
No.
Oh, am I messing up there? Did I take bad notes? Is there not an airstrike combo pack?
No, the other combo pack we're expecting is Mysticat.
Mysticat. All right. Let me see. I got a picture of Mysticat. Okay, erase. We're live streaming, but just delete that last bit there. I took some bad notes, but here's Mysticat. So what do you get with the Mysticat combo pack?
So Mysticat, well, you get Mysticat and then a Magic Creation Crystal, and Mysticat as should be the only way to get a Mysticat in Wave 1 is through this combo pack. She will be having a single pack in a later wave. I think it might already be in Wave 2, but Wave 3 for sure. I'll have to look that up, but there will be a single pack eventually.
All right, and then Mysticat is what, Magic Sorcery?
Yes, is Magic Sorcerer, yes.
All right. Some of these the battle classes and the logos, I'm sort of, it's a little, I haven't played the game yet, so, I've only kind of touched it a little bit there. Prime Skylander says, Henry, I want to use trap team. You got some people in chat know about the traps and the cars, stuff like that. All the racetracks will be carried over from the last game, Skylanders Superchargers, if you didn't know that. 311 says, how much are the crystals? How much are the crystals? We'll talk about the crystals a little more in detail, but Matt, do you want to give the quick the price point on the crystals?
The individual crystals are going to run $9.99, $10 a piece. Looks like the triple packs, which we'll get into soon, will be $20, which is actually a nice discount. And then we're looking at the combo packs. I believe we're looking at 20. No, those must be 20 as well because there's a discount built into those too.
Alrighty. Yeah, so we'll know. The thing is that's confusing with, if you guys are watching, is some stores have different prices and then there's sales and, online deals. So, it makes it a little tricky. Okay, so let's get into the figures. So that's like a little bit of the starter kits, the combo packs. Let's get into let's just say you want to get some figures. You want to start low in your financial burden. You just want to kind of get into figures. Let me go back to Wolfgang because apparently there will be a Wolfgang. Am I correct on this? Will there be an individual Wolfgang figure?
There will be, yes. There's kind of a Wolfgang overload, especially in Wave 1. You can get the single pack, you can get the combo pack, and you can get the dark version in the Dark Edition starter pack. So should be no shortage of Wolfgang. But he is an undead figure, and he is a bowslinger.
Now, I gotta say, just, this last time I'm gonna say this, not too happy about his pose. Wolfgang would have liked to have him sliding on his knees with the guitar in his hand or something like that. Matt, or as we go along here, if you have any comments on the pictures of the sculptures of the figures, feel free to throw in your 2 cents.
Sure.
Okay, let's go with Ambush. Now, here's a figure that I think looks great. I got to play some Ambush at E3, I believe. Looking forward to checking out Ambush. What do we know so far about Ambush?
Ambush is a life character, and he is a knight. And this is probably one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Partly just because of the looks. I've said it many times, I'll say it again, that my favorite color is green. And so this figure just automatically jumps out at me. But after seeing his play style, I think it's going to work well with how I like to play.
Yeah, he looks really fun. I see for some reason people in chat are talking about where they're from. Josh from the UK. Somebody said they're from Canada, Skylander Dragon. I'm from New York, but I live in Los Angeles. Matt is it a secret where you live?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. All right, let's go with Barbella figure. Now this one I've only seen some gameplay on Family Gamer TV and stuff like that. It's a YouTube channel. What do we know so far about Barbella?
Barbella is an earth element. She's a sentinel. And yeah, like you said, the only gameplay I've seen came out a week or two ago from Family Gamer TV. He once again, I think, got some exclusive footage. And a lot of people seem to like her gameplay. I'm not completely sold on it yet, but this tends to happen to me with the earth characters for whatever reason. I remember back in Trap Team, I saw all the footage of Wallop and just was not that impressed. And then I got my hands on him, and he quickly became my go-to character. So we'll see how it plays out.
And she is, what'd you say she is? She's Earth
A
Element?
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Earth Sentinel.
Alrighty. Alright, I think this one will be popular. Chopscotch figure. We'll be able to get excuse me, as well as an individual figure. What do we know about Chopscotch?
Yeah, Chopscotch definitely looks like a fun character. She is an undead smasher. Has that big axe, it kind of disproportionate. She's a very small character, like we saw with Airstrike, but she has this giant axe that is basically as big as she is, and so it should also offer some nice gameplay.
Yeah, I got to say, with the Skylanders, some of these figures, they really took a risk with some of these because they got the base, and the base is bigger, the figures are like a little higher quality, and then they got a lot of these things where they're like hammers or axes or swords are kind of like off to the side, and like one little tilt, you got to be a little concerned, so I'll be curious to see if old Chopscotch here, falls off the portal of power if you have it like on a couch or something, and your dog jumps up on the couch if she'll fall off.
I mean, I think that's part of the reason for the larger bases, that they're wider than we've seen in the past. They're not just so narrow, just barely fitting under the figure. It's a wider base, and yeah, they do have appendages or weapons sticking off to the side. But I think they'll balance all right.
All right, moving on. We got my man Dr. Crankcase here, who became popular in. Of course, Skylanders trap team there when we had to trap some villains. He's also in, some of the other games of these Skylanders Battlecast and stuff like that. So what do we know about Dr. Crankcase?
Dr. Crankcase is a tech element quick shot. He, in my opinion, is going to be more or less the villain version of Trigger Happy. That's basically what I think of when I think quick shot. Dual pistols, just rapid fire.
Oh, are you there, Matt? Did I lose
Yes,
you?
I am.
Oh, okay. I thought you got so quiet there. I thought maybe Matt froze up there. He was just like that was the end of your sentence there.
It was a little awkward. Sorry about that.
And one thing about him also, it's kind of funny. He tosses his hat off, and he gets his little baby Dr. Crankcases. I don't know if they have a name for that, so that's kind of fun as well. And they sort of run around and chase things, so. Okay, so let's move on. Some people were asking earlier about Taekwon Crow figures. So Taekwon Crow, I haven't really seen a lot with his new gameplay and ability, but what do we know so far with him?
Well, he is a ninja of the fire element. This is one of the characters that they switched their element from what we knew them in Trap Team. So it's a little confusing for some people, but like I said, there's always new people coming in, so they're not going to know the difference. But this is another one that Andy over at Family Gamer TV did get some footage of the gameplay, and it's quite interesting because one of the attacks you can actually call in. Shoot, I'm going to blank on his name now. It was another villain from Trap Team. Maybe someone in the chat can help us here.
So he can one of his powers is he can like summon another character from Skylanders.
Yeah, it is a little like bird character with the helicopter propeller on his head.
Crust Crow or something.
No, wow, why can I not think of his name?
All right, if you guys know in chat, let's see. I'm looking at chat there. Buzzardbeak. Is that it?
Yeah, Buzzardbeak. There you go.
Buzzardbeak. There you go. Prime Skylanders. Give yourself a Portal Master rank up. Oh, so that's cool. So you get Buzzardbeak there jumping out. Cool. That kind of reminds me of like Transformers. There was the birds, sort of popping out there. The different beats there. Okay, so let's move on. So let's see. So that's Taekwon Crow. We talked about Mysticat also in. So we talked about Mysticat in the combo pack, and then we're gonna get her as well. I'm sorry, is this he or she? I'm saying her.
Mystic Cat, I believe, is female.
Okay, yeah, there you go. It's hard to tell. They don't really, until you get to play them a bit in the game, you hear their voices and stuff like that. It's a little hard sometimes in the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of people like to read the backstories that they give them, and you can tell from there. They'll refer to him as he or she in there. But
We're getting more. Everybody in chats. Buzzerbeak, Josh, and Teo, Crossroad, Owen. Yes, you posed a question. I'm glad to see our Portal Masters know their stuff. So we're going to get Mr. Cat as an individual figure as well. We already talked about her. Let's talk about Chaos, of course. I'm very excited to have Chaos in my hands. We've talked about Chaos before, but just to recap, how do you get Chaos in your hands? Wave 1.
yeah, so Chaos is one of what I call the anomalies that isn't technically a Wave 1 figure, but you're going to be able to get it at the same time as Wave 1 as long as you pre-order one of the starter packs. It doesn't matter which starter pack. You can pre-order any starter pack from any major retailer, and you should get a free Chaos figure along with it.
Yes, FC in chat said Laserbeak and Buzzsaw. Yeah, those were the Transformers ones I was starting to remember there. So if you guys are interested, first of all, if you're watching this video and you're interested in Skylanders Imaginators and you haven't pre-ordered it, go pre-order it, because that Chaos figure right here, look at that. We finally got him. He's coming. He's going to be free. The store, make sure that store employee hands you this figure. Do not leave. Like when I got the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, they put the code, one of the codes, on the receipt, and a lot of people left comments saying, hey, I didn't get the code. Where's the code? It wasn't in the box. It was on the receipt. Make sure that store employee gives you Chaos. Do not leave, right, Matt? What is a polite way to not leave the building without that Chaos in your hand? Is there a phrase that you guys say in Wisconsin?
I can't say I have a particular phrase I would use, but there are plenty of maybe print out one of the from whichever retailer you're going to. I think they all have it up on their website right now. Just print out that page and make sure you bring that in. You can point it out to them.
All right. We see in chat, Josh says, "Behold my catchphrase of doom." Yeah, say that when you get your free Chaos. All right, let's move on here. Let's talk about other pre-order bonuses. Chompy Mage figure. What's the story with the Chompy Mage figure?
So the Chompy Mage is one of the other anomalies because it is also not technically a Wave 1 figure, but if you order the Villain 5-pack, this is an Amazon exclusive, so you're gonna have to order it from Amazon, and you will get, let me see, it's Wolfgang, Dr. Crankcase, Taekwon Crow, Chompy Mage, and Hoodsicle, which we'll touch on in a minute, but that is the only way to get him right now. It's a little confusing in Amazon's wording. They say it's the only way to get your hands on Chompy Mage, which would be strange if it was 100% exclusive to Amazon. But at least at launch, we know for sure it is exclusive to Amazon.
Yeah, we'll think it's like a timed exclusive. We'll assume.
That's definitely what it seems like it's going to be a timed exclusive. They didn't word it that way, but they've messed up wording before too. So.
And this is the first time we're talking about a bazooka class, right? What's his class and element?
Yeah, Chompy Mage is a life element bazooker, and it's one of those great words they made up that's going to confuse everybody. It confuses my spell check every time I have to type it out. But yeah, bazooker class.
Yes, you're going to need a special spell check. Even Skylanders Imaginators, whenever I type that in, it's like, what's this mean? So, really cool looking figure. Wish he was maybe, I know that they have him sort of like looking up and talking to his puppet hand, but I like when the figures look a little more towards, like I put things up on the toy shelf and I like to have them like looking out, so it's a little
that could be a little difficult.
For Disney Infinity, they had the blue figure. He was just like looking up, sort of like that, and sort of strange. So cool. Let's see. Let's talk about Hoodsicle. And then here's a little bit of a look of some of the packaging. We got the little diorama square packaging now, which is new. So what's the other anomaly with Hoodsicle?
Hoodsicle just like Chaos and Chompy Mage isn't technically a Wave 1 figure, he will be coming out in Wave 2. But if you order this Amazon exclusive Villain 5 pack, you'll be able to get him on day 1 with everything else.
All right, and he is what's his battle class and
He is an Undead Sentinel.
now we got the controversy with Hoodsickle, new voice and also new element. They changed two things this time around with Hoodsickle.
It's true. From what we've seen and heard, his voice has changed. Um, Unfortunately, most people are not a fan of it. So I don't. I'm we're assuming that's the final that we're hearing, but I don't know if it was just a demo that was recorded early or what the case is. But there does seem to be something different there. And then yes, he was the first character that we actually saw change elements. He was undead in Trap Team, but now he's a dark element.
Yes, yes. So there's some updates and news regarding Hoodsickle, and Hoodsickle, I gotta say, when I played him and stuff, I thought he was kind of cool. He was a little slow. It kind of reminded me of like a Skylander giant figure with kind of his movements. But you guys in comments are saying that you pumped for Hoodsickle, hyped. What's your hype level on Hoodsickle, Matt?
I'm super excited for him. He was one of my favorite villains in Trap Team, and I didn't think he was gonna make it into the game. Partly because he wasn't one of the main Doom Raiders, and that's where we're getting most of our villains from. But and the fact that we already had an undead character in Wolfgang, it didn't seem likely that we were going to get Hoodsickle, but I'm very glad to see that we got him.
Owen in chat says, what was his original element? So now he's a dark element. What was Hoodsickle prior?
He was originally an undead. I did misspeak the first time I gave you that information, but yeah, he was originally undead. He is going to be dark in Imaginators.
All right. We got that all cleared up. Okay, so let's talk. We're going to talk a little bit about the crystals, kind of blast through those, and then we're going to talk about speculation. The last couple of figures are rumors, speculation that we think is true or not. So let's talk some crystals there. So let's see. At launch, there'll be a bunch of figures in. At launch, there'll be the creation crystals in single packs as well. So if you want to go crazy, we got the. I don't know if there's much really to talk about this. We got the air creation crystal, the earth creation crystal. I'm going to just kind of zip through these here just to show you guys a little idea. The life creation crystal. I like the life one here. It's like this crazy looking green orb. If you didn't know that these, when you put them on the portal power, they sort of glow and I think they pulsate a bit. Have you seen those? Have you seen video of them pulsating or glowing at all, Matt?
Yeah. That's a nice little touch that they added. I'm glad to see that they're not just a stationary light. I think they're essentially taking the light core technology that we saw in Giants and Swap Force, kind of to another level. Because it changes. Well, it doesn't change color, but it pulsates kind of like we've seen with the portal before, but now it's in a figure or an accessory in this case, however you want to look at it. But I'm glad to see that they did something more with it this year.
Yes, and let's see. Let's show some more. We've got the light creation crystal. That looks pretty cool. And what else? We got the water creation crystal. These are all crystals are going to be Wave 1 individually packaged, and Undead Creation Crystal as well. Let's see what else we got. Magic Creation Crystal. This one looks weird. It looks like a crank sort of twisting the top and the bottom, pushing into like the I'm trying to do something with my hand, but I'm not on camera. Like I don't know what that is, in the wood shop when you're like twisting and crushing something. Is there a name for that you guys will have to let me chat what that's called,
Yeah, and that's going to be the tricky part because it does seem like we're going to have more than one mold per element for these for these crystals, and we're going to have to come up with names for them somehow just so we can differentiate them.
And then also there'll be triple packs. I don't have photos for the triple packs, but we'll get Magic, Tech, Undead as a triple pack, and then Water, Life, and Air triple pack. Right? Am I up to speed on that?
Yep, you got those right. The only note I would make is that the triple pack with the magic, tech, and undead is, as far as I know, going to be the only way to get a tech creation crystal in Wave 1.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, we gotta make sure we're getting. You got to get like 100 crystals, because if they don't unlock the battle classes. This is a topic we talked about in the past, the battle class things like that. Queenie is asking in chat, can you reset the crystals? As of today, what's today? September 21st, 2016. You cannot reset the crystals if that's something they're changing, or they're going to do at launch or patch. That's future knowledge that I don't have. So let's move on. Let's see. Here's another controversial or somewhat disturbing, or maybe some people get excited about. Matt, what do we know about the mystery chests? This is a new thing we're getting for Skylanders.
Yep. It's still quite a bit of a mystery. What we do know is that there are 3 different types of chests, or 3 different colors. There's going to be a bronze, a silver, and a gold. We know that they're going to be purchased individually in what we've seen looks like blind bags. Now, we've seen 3 different colors of blind bags, but they're like purple, green, and blue. So they don't necessarily line up with the bronze, silver, and gold. And so it really just seems that they're there for variety's sake. And it is probably going to be a blind purchase as to which chest you actually get. And we don't really know what the different colors of chests mean, because each bag says that it is going to unlock 9 items. So that's the other thing we know, is that it unlocks 9 items, and that's all we really know for now. There's still speculation as to whether it will be a one-time use item, or if it's going to be something you can use every day or once a week, or they can program just about anything they want into these things. So we don't have any more information right now on how they're going to be able to be used, but they will be purchased individually, and they unlock items in the game.
All right, and then also in the Dark Starter Kit, you get what do you get? A gold creation crystal in there.
That's definitely what it looks like. It seems to quite closely resemble the gold chest that we've seen. For a while, we thought it might be a dark chest, because it's the Dark Edition starter pack, and everything seems to be dark, and they have exclusive dark items. But it does look pretty close to the gold chest that we've seen, so it's probably just a gold chest.
In chat, Henry says, do we have to get the chest to unlock everything for custom characters, or could you replay the levels to get more chests? Again, unless Matt has more information, we're not 100% sure on this. I think, so far what I've seen, the chests, they sort of unlock armor and pieces like, helmets and body parts and stuff. Is that what the chests do?
Yeah, I mean, it's different pieces to customize your character. There are chests that you find in the game, and that's where they got the idea from, obviously, and that they're just making physical chests. But we don't know yet if the items that these chests unlock are going to be exclusive, or if you can unlock them in the game, and the physical chests are just a way to unlock them faster. We don't know yet.
Yeah, and it's probably, if it's anything in a blind bag or something like that that's randomized, it's probably not going to be anything that unlocks levels or areas of the game. It's probably just going to be cosmetic things to add to your character. So, okay, let's get into sort of the rumor mill, or the speculation mill here. We got a couple characters. We've seen photos popping up. We don't have 100% confirmation on this, but unless we do, I don't know, it's been a couple days, but let's talk about steel-plated Hoodsickle. Which looks like green moss. Looks like he's Swamp Thing or something in this photo.
Yep. So if you recall, last year we had steel-plated Smash Hit.
Yes.
It was also a Best Buy exclusive, which it appears to be again once this year. at least here in the U.S. That elsewhere it could be different, but it does have that green and silver color scheme. So that seems to be a new line or series of figures that they've started. It wasn't just a one-off thing, and it's possible it could come out in Wave 1. We haven't heard anything or seen anything to confirm that. I believe steel-plated Smash Hit did come out right away at launch last year, but we don't have any confirmation about this year.
Alrighty, and then let's talk the speculation on the legendary tri-tip.
So we have the legendary series this year is, as you can see, it's going to be red and gold instead of the standard dark blue or black and gold. This is mostly due in part to the fact that a lot of the undead and dark characters that we have this year are using a black and gold color scheme. And so in order to avoid confusion, they decided that they're going to change up the legendary color scheme. So now we have this red and gold. And it is still a Toys R Us exclusive here in the US. And we believe legendary tri-tip will be available in Wave 1.
And that's if that's true, that'll be the only way to get tri-tip Wave 1, right?
Correct. The standard tri-tip figure won't be coming out until Wave 2.
And he is, what's his battle class and element?
He is an Earth element of the Smasher battle class.
Awesome. Cool. So that's kind of our listed rundown of what we know so far as of September 21st, 2016. There could be news dropping as we speak. We got no official confirmation at all from Activision. Whenever I ask them about these things, they don't tell us, so we're sort of going on leaks and lists and SKU numbers and things like that. But Matt says he's 100% confident for the most part, so we'll see how it goes, with everything. So thanks a bunch, Matt, for checking it out. What's your, if you had to pick one, if you only had $10 in your pocket and you can only pick one figure, which one is it, Matt?
I think it's the one I mentioned before. I think I'd probably go with Ambush.
Ambush. Let's see. We'll put up the Ambush there. That's a good one. I'm gonna say I'm pretty hyped on Airstrike a lot. Seems like a fun new character there. So yeah. Let us know in chat or in the comments below. I'll put Matt's website, his YouTube, his Twitter, and all that in the description. So make sure you guys click on that. Check out the Skylanders character list website. Lots of hard work on there and great articles leading up to Skylanders Imaginators and beyond. So thanks a bunch, Matt, for sticking around here and giving us the scoop. And thanks a bunch to all you Portal Masters in chat and as well on the archive for CoinOpTV. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later on.
See ya.